Will the Montreal Canadiens try to move their 26th overall pick up into the top 10 at the 2022 draft? If so, who will they trade with? Hey, everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. With the 2022 NHL draft being held here in Montreal July 7th and 8th, and Montreal Canadiens holding the first overall pick and the 26th overall pick, the potential for the team of Gorton and Hughes to try to move up their 26th pick into the top 10, I think is pretty huge. Gorton has done this before as GM of the New York Rangers, and the team, no doubt, wants to make as big a splash as possible at this draft, which is held in front of the hometown fans this year. The latter reason being why I think the team will name Nick Suzuki team captain at the draft. That's my hot take. There is, of course, the possibility they can't move up at all because, you never know if you can make a deal or not, or can't move that second pick into the top 10, but can still move up from the 26. But for this video, I'm only looking at the top 10 teams. That's the first to 10 at the draft to target, and who I think the Habs might have to give up to get those picks. And I'll also tell you who I think they might be targeting with those picks in the draft. So there you go. One thing I'm certain of is they won't be trading out of the first pick, which some people are speculating they might do. That's not happening. Here's the list of the top 10 teams in order, and I got the targets highlighted in yellow, and that is right here. So from top to bottom, New Jersey at number 2, Flyers at number 5, the Blue Jackets at number 6, Senators at number 7, and Sabres at number 9. And here is what I think might happen. So for the number 2 pick from New Jersey, so the New Jersey has said that the number 2 pick is in play. Who would they ask for from Montreal? You got to think the ask it will be pretty big, and I don't think it's really a big question, but a top 6 forward or top 4D, Montreal's 26th pick to go with that, and maybe even more. So for me, players like Caulfield, Romanov, Goulet, they're off the table. I would think New Jersey knows that. So who might you have to give up then? And there's only one other player that's not named Nick Suzuki that I think gets the job done, and that's the player I think New Jersey actually does want, and that's Josh Anderson. GM Kent Hughes has already said it would take a huge offer to get them to trade Andy. Is the number 2 pick enough? I don't think so. New Jersey would have to sweeten that deal, and I wouldn't add the 26th pick to that deal unless it's made sickeningly sweet. I know the number 2 pick is big, but still, number 2 pick or not, it's still an unknown. It's not a certainty. There's no way you can say that that's a certainty. Josh Anderson's a certainty. Got a track record. So I think they got to give more. This is a proposal, but I don't know that I would want to make it, but this is the proposal that I've got here. To New Jersey, Josh Anderson and Montreal's 26th overall pick. To Montreal, the 2022 second overall pick. The 2023 first round pick. Don't know where that'll end up. And it has to be unprotected. And I think this is too much, but Alexander Holtz. Pretty much, Kent Hughes has said, going to have to offer one hell of a deal to get Josh Anderson. I think the number 2 pick's not that, but a package like that definitely would work. So let me know what you think in the comment section about any of these things here. So if the Habs were to get New Jersey's pick, I think without a doubt, and I really do think without a doubt they use it to draft Uri Slafkovsky. I think that's a no-brainer. I think most people would agree with that. So here's a little bit on Slafkovsky. He's 6'4", 229. He's a left shot right wing. He's from Slovakia. You can see his numbers. He's a European player, so there's not huge at any one of these teams, but look at all these teams in 1 year. His numbers are good. He's had some good tournaments. A streaky scorer who excelled playing against his own age group, had a fantastic Olympics, and contributed in Liga. Big body, goes to the net, and works along the wall. Sound skater, plenty strong. He's already hard to knock off the play. Reliable in all 3 zones. His IQ is sound. Used at ES, and I don't know what that is, and PP, which is power play, in Liga. Historically streaky scorer, In his last 10-game segment to end the year, he had 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points, and averaged 15.27 time on ice. Majority of his shots on goal come from below the hash marks, middle of the ice, and around the crease, top 6 upside. My only knock or question for Slafkovsky is he seems to play better against the weaker teams and almost maybe even disappears a little bit against the better teams. Not a great trait, but that could change. There could be, it might not end up that way his whole career, but that's something you got to look at. We'll go with that. Next up, number 5, Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers are rebuilding and they have a new coach and could be willing to trade the number 5 pick. I think I read somewhere where they're interested in talking about it. So that means they're willing to if the right deal's there. My question here is, why would Montreal want the number 5 pick? Could be a silly question, but I think a defenseman is going to go at number 5. And I don't see why Montreal trades up to grab a defenseman, even though the 2 guys that are probably going to go 4 and 5 are in that area there. They're kind of what Montreal's looking for. The thing is, they're not coming in next year to do that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 years before that happens. I don't know if you want to reach out for that D at that spot. With Montreal's strong defensive prospect pool, I don't see why Montreal trades a good roster player here. And, again, it's going to be somebody like Anderson. More than likely, Jiricek or Nemec go here, in my opinion, and it seems to be the consolidated opinion. Let's take a look quickly at them. Jiricek, 6'3", 189. He's a right shot, right D. His numbers aren't big, but, he's playing in Europe. A tall, lean, right shot D who has sound IQ in all 3 zones and very good vision with the puck on his stick. He has the ability to lead the breakout with his legs and make accurate outlets to his forwards in motion. Small area game is also very good. He's creative. On the power play, he is equal parts distributor and shooter, shoots the puck with authority. He's a reliable defender who can penalty kill. Skating stride is a bit upright. His balance backward pivots have room to improve, but that's teachable. Trending up after injury derailed this season. And then there's Nemec. He's 6 feet, 199. Right defense, excuse me. Same thing. His numbers are, good assists, much better there. Not a big goal scorer, it looks like. A coveted right shot D prospect who is a transitional defender that quarterbacks the power play. Sneaky strong. He has the strength and movement to angle opponents and finish his check along the boards. High-end hockey IQ, head on a swivel. He identifies very well in all 3 zones, pinches down to keep pucks alive in the offensive zone, jumps to pucks in the defensive zone. His most attractive element is his vision and playmaking. More of a distributor than a shooter, and you can tell by lack of a lot of goals there. Elite playmaker who slides into the rush as an extra layer. Either of these guys sound really good. Montreal could reach for them. From what I understand, Shane Wright isn't leaps and bounds ahead of everybody. He's a little bit ahead of everybody in a consolidated opinion. So some of these guys, they're not that far behind. Maybe Montreal reaches for that. I don't think they reach for a defenseman. So that's what I'm saying here, I guess. The Flyers will still want to move Van Riemsdyk's $7 million cap hit in the deal. That goes back to a deal that tried to make at the trade deadline for Petrie, and Van Riemsdyk's contract was in there. And I would think they're still going to want to put that contract somewhere. And there's no way Montreal can take on that contract after acquiring Dadonov's $5 million in the Weber trade with Vegas, even though it did get them under the cap, which they needed to do. I don't think a trade-up deal with Philly happens. I really don't think a trade-up deal happens. If it does, I think it'll be the best forward available. I don't think they reach for a D. Maybe they look at a Savoie here, something like that. Joachim Kemmel, there's some guys there. Maybe they reach somebody we don't know, but I don't think they go for a D in the first round. I really don't. Next up is number 6, and that's Columbus Blue Jackets. Columbus has the number 6 pick from Chicago, and they have their own number 12 pick this year. There was a rumor last week that had Montreal in a 3-way trade with New Jersey and Columbus to acquire the number 6 pick. It was speculated that Montreal would send Anderson to New Jersey, and the number 33 pick, that's the first in the second round, to Columbus. Columbus would send the number 12 pick to New Jersey, and Montreal would get the number 6 pick. To me, Montreal loses that deal. That's not a deal I would make, especially if you're talking about sending Anderson to New Jersey and all you're getting back is the number 6 pick, which is a nice pick, yes, but no, you got to get more than that for Anderson. And there might be more involved in a deal like that. But, yeah, I would say no to a deal like that. So I want more than the number 6 pick for him, that's for sure. Another problem here is I'd only want to trade Anderson if I'm pretty sure I'm getting Slavkovsky. And I had a hot take out earlier in the season, not that long ago, that Slavkovsky would drop below number 5. As we get closer to the draft, I think that's a really bad hot take on my part. I don't think he does that, and so he won't be available there. It'd be a miracle. So does the trade happen? No, probably not. And I don't think it was a serious rumor, but it's something I saw out there, and I thought it was written in an article, and I thought I'd mention it. I would think Montreal would be looking at Savoie here, or Kemmel or Nazar. I have Savoie's stuff. I don't have Nazar, but so Savoie is 5'9", 170, so a little on the small side. He's a right shot center. He's from Alberta. Fun to watch, elite skill, puck on a string, makes plays in tight areas, has the speed and ability to drive the net off the rush when he gets the edge. Easy to identify his element and upside. A combination of Johnny Gaudreau and Patrick Kane. This player has high-end offensive upside. He will likely always have holes in his defensive game, pure offense. A little on the small side, Montreal has some really good small players in the pipeline, and Caulfield here. I don't know if that's, I don't know if Savoie is the guy you're gonna go for. Kemmel, 5'10", 185, so it's not much bigger. Right shot, right wing. You can see. Savoie's got good numbers. I think he had 90 points for the Winnipeg. Let's look again. For the Winnipeg Ice, 90 points, 35 goals, 55 assists in 65 games. So good numbers. Kemmel, back to him. He plays for Finland. Finland's got some great players coming out of Finland these days. His numbers are good. Ends the year on a positive note with U18 Worlds in Germany. 5 games, 6 goals, 2 assists, 8 points. Used in all situations. The puck goes through him on the power play. He finds space on his offside and one-times pucks. More of a shooter than a distributor overall, he brings an energetic, competitive game that at times lacks some detail, but there's not questioning his effort and care. An explosive skater, engages physically, can be deployed in a variety of roles. His speed, offense, and involved approach are attractive elements. Top 6 NHL upside is possible. One thing I glean from that is this guy's not ready next year, and probably not for the next couple of years, 3 years maybe. You got to look at it like that, right? Where you're looking at Wright or Slavkovsky, and more than likely they're ready, if not this coming season, the one after that. So it makes it more attractive just right there. They could reach for Cutter Gauthier or Connor Geekie, because if you're not getting Slavkovsky, I think one of those two guys is probably your next best bet for that kind of role. But it's a bit of a reach. I don't know if they would do that from there. Okay, next up is the number 7 pick from Ottawa Senators. Ottawa GM Pierre Dorion has said the number 7 pick is available, and he's looking for a top 6 impact player in return. That, again, sounds like Anderson. Amongst other players that they would ask for, but, I don't think that they would get. I wouldn't trade Andy for the 7th pick unless I feel that Slavkovsky will drop here. It's actually one of my hot takes that I just said, but I don't think I agree with that anymore. I'd offer up a package that includes Jonathan Drouin and Matthias Norlinder and the 26th pick. Ottawa has the cap space to handle Drouin's contract, which is only 1 more year. He could help Ottawa to move up a level. Look, Drouin is a consistent point getter, which is something Ottawa needs, and he's close to his home. There's no pressure over there. This could be a good move for a guy like Drouin. Here's the package I would offer if we were to go with Jonathan Drouin here. So to Ottawa, Jonathan Drouin, Matthias Norlinder, 2022 first rounder, that is the 26th overall pick. To Montreal, 2022 7th overall pick. A medium tier prospect who I couldn't really nail down looking at it. I would have thought of Colin White, but Colin White's got like 3 years left at 4 point. So too much money. And I put here or a 2023 pick, not a first round, but I would have to say take the or away, and it would be these three things that I would be looking for in a deal like this. Let me know what you think in the comment section. From here, Montreal again could target a Camel, a Nazar. They could reach. It's a little closer to reach for Gauthier or Geeky. But if they're really at this point going to target Gauthier and Geeky, I would think make a more concerted effort to try to get the number 9 pick from Buffalo. Buffalo has 3 picks in the first round and is willing to trade one of them. I believe that's the management has said that. They have the number 9, that's their own, number 16 from the Vegas deal for Eichel, and number 28 from Florida. Trading with Montreal will still leave them with 3 first-round picks, 16, 26, and 28. If Montreal has real interest in Cutter Gauthier or Connor Geeky, this could be the place to grab them a little ahead of their ranking. And let's take a look at here's Cutter Gauthier, who, by the way, Cutter Gauthier at the combine and all the fitness tests that they did, Cutter Gauthier was in the top 25 in a lot of them. So fitness, this guy he's in shape. By his own opinion, he should be in the conversation for the first player taken. He's American. He's 6'3", 200 pounds, left shot, left wing. He had 54 games played for the U.S. national team, 34 goals, 31 assists, 65 points. And with junior team, 22 games, 19 goals, 9 assists, 28 points. The guy can score. Big body forward who brings power and goal scoring, more shooter than distributor, which is what you probably want with Suzuki and Caulfield. Let Suzuki distribute. Exceptionally quick release. When he positions himself around the net or has a look from range, he gets pucks to the net accurately. Skating is sound, generally responsible in all 3 zones. Hard to push off the play in the trenches, create space for line mates. So, I mean, sounds good. Sounds like a guy along the lines of the Slavkovsky. Connor Geeky, who's a Canadian, 6'4", 190. He's a left shot center. There is much to like about this player. He brings size and skill. His reach is a plus. When handling the puck, he has a plan. He makes plays. Overall, his puck touch and release are positive elements. Needs to continue to work on his agility. Edges to the right side, that's dropping his right leg and driving to the net off the left wing, can improve, which is teachable. Consistently around the play, competes, skill, size, offense are his elements. I take either of these guys. So I think if they're going to reach for one of these guys, which if they really want Slavkovsky to be on that first line with Suzuki and Caulfield, and that's your goal, and you can't get them, I see that this could be a definite option here. Both are big players, as you saw, 6'3" and 6'4" respectively. Both produce points. Neither of these two will make the team next season, so not trading Andy once again is a smart move, I think. And I'd make the same offer as the Ottawa offer and hope that Buffalo bites. And that offer here is Drouin Norlinder in the 26th overall pick for the 9th overall pick, a medium tier prospect, and next a 2023 pick that's not a first round pick next year. By the way, on Connor Geeky, with Winnipeg Ice, 63 games, 24 goals, 46 assists, 70 points. So they do produce points. And there you go. I mean, that's it. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. How would you handle this if you were the Habs GM? How would you, what would you try to do here in trying to move up? And let me know in the comment section, which players would you target and who would you be willing to give up, which is the key here. Let me know in the comment section about that. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks for watching. You'd think I know this stuff off by heart by now. Stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all. And Bye, everybody. Ciao. See you next one.